Hello everyone, I hope you are enjoying at home. Uh, this is the third lecture for this lesson fiber to fabric. Okay. According to this topic, today we are going to learn about three main points, that is animal that eat wool, rearing and breeding of sheep, and third one that processing fibers into wool. Before that, just I wanted to mention that if you have not gone through the last two lectures of this lesson, please go through that thoroughly, because in first lecture I have told you the history of cloth. Okay, how does we have started using the clothes, what type of clothes first we are using, now what kind of clothes we are using, how does it change from our ancestors to today. Okay, so this all I have mentioned in that video, so please go through that. And in second video I have told you the different types of wools, okay, natural and synthetic fibers. Okay, natural fibers and synthetic fibers I have explained thoroughly in that lecture. So this is the today's 3 points that you are going to learn. Okay, so let's begin with animals that eat wool. Okay, so see, just like I mentioned about two different types of fibers, first natural fiber and synthetic fiber. Okay, so natural fibers are divided into two different parts, plant fibers and animal fibers. Okay, so today we are going to learn from the plant fibers. Okay, mostly the plant fibers we are obtaining from wool. Okay, wool or some you can say that silkworms. That is also the animal fiber. So, but today specially we are going to learn about the wool. Okay, wool. From which animals we are getting the wool? How we can rear them and breeding of them. Next week, what are the processing of fibers into wool? How it is changed? Okay, so let's start with this point: animals that yield wool. Okay, so I told you that in that mountain regions, okay, just like Uttarakhand, Uttaranchal, Kashmir, okay, some part of Rajasthan, okay, where there are a lack of land. See, India have a huge culture of farming. Okay, if there are no farmers, it is very difficult for us to survive. But can you think that everyone cannot do the farming? Okay, farming is done on a plain land and it requires the suitable conditions and suitable soil. But throughout the India, there are no such kind of situations where farmer can do everywhere farming. Okay, so farmer find out the different types of occupations. Okay, so from that occupation, there is one of the occupation is this rearing of wools. Okay, so for rearing of wools, that animals that we, what kind of animals do we get here? Okay, these are the sheep, angora goat, camel, alka. These are the different types of animal from through that we get the wool. Okay, yeah, not this only. There are many animals are there, from that we get wool. Okay, so that is the main occupation for the few people. That is a commercial use, that is a financial issue for them. What they do throughout the year, they take their boats or they take their ships, okay, for grazing in the mountains. Okay, first of all, they get the milk from that and they can survive here. But once in a year, they remove the hair from their body and sell in the market, and they can earn a lot of money. Actually, nowadays there are a lot of breedings. Okay, there are different types of breeds of the sheep, goat. Okay, means each and everyone have a specific type of we can say consuming rate. Okay, so that is very important for them to rear the sheep, because if they will not do that, they will not get money. Second is that rearing and breeding of sheep. What kind of things they do for rearing and breeding of the sheep? I told you that in cold region, mostly we can divide it into two different types of seasons. Nowadays on plains we have three different seasons. Mostly we divide it into monsoon, winter and summer. Okay, so the same thing if you go in a cold region, mostly they found only two, summer and winter. Okay, now summer and winter, what is the difference between summer and winter and the situation which occurs in their locality? Actually, if we go through that, we find out in cold region already they have a cold throughout the year, but at the cold in the winter there is a frozen winds were blowing. What the people from that places they do, they collect all their needy things, whatever they require in summer season, and they store into that house and they utilize it for whole winter. Because already cold region in winter there is a snowfall. Because of snowfall, no one can get the proper food and all those things. That's why previously they stored it at their house. Next thing I want to mention, that same thing happened with the sheep and goats also. See, our clothes, whatever the clothes we are using, or woolen clothes we use, sweater and all those, they work as an insulator. Okay, what they do, they keep us warm from the cold. Okay, the same thing happened with the sheep also. See, in summer season they does not need that much layer of the insulator for it. But in winter season, that thick hairs or the you can say wool, whatever present on their body, they protect from the cold. Okay, so what happened in summer season? In summer season, there is a lot of heat. Okay, so where they can survive. So in summer season, the people of that area, they remove the skin or the hairs of the wool that they sell in the market as soon as the summer starts, and through the summer to winter again the hairs from their body started growing. So the same thing, they can save themselves from cold and people will get the wool in the summer season. So now what is in the breeding? See, nowadays whatever the fruit we are eating, can anyone tell that confidently that those all are naturally ripened? Okay, can you say that? Okay, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% that which is the naturally processing food. Most of the people are using the chemicals. Why they are using the chemicals? See, the length and the size of fruit is increasing now. See, if you go to the mango, actually the original mangoes which were present to the ancestors, they have limited shape, size. Nowadays you are seeing that a huge amount of mangoes and all that they are producing. Okay, they are breeding. Breeding means what? Crossbreed. They are taking this another type of mango tree and they are hybridizing it and creating another breed of that. Okay, because of that they want more money. Okay, because everyone wanted to strong by financially. No one wanted to weak. So what they are doing, whatever the technology they have started using that. The same thing is that breeding, hybridization is also occurring in this place. Now what kind of hybridization we are telling? Okay, hybridization means in this process, okay, people are crossbreeding the animals. Okay, this another type of breed, two different types of breed they are taking, hybridizing it, and they are creating another breed. Why? Because they want more amount of wool. That is the main reason behind that. Okay, if they want more amount of wool, what they are doing? They are hybridizing it and producing more and more wool. The amount of wool increases, the same, the financially they will become strong. Okay, so what is the rearing and breeding of the sheep? See, rearing of the sheep means if we are getting the more amount of wool, we need to nurture them properly, we need to provide them shelter, we need to provide them proper food. Just like the simple example is that buffaloes. If you find out that nowadays there are different types of breeds. Okay, in Nanded area, that Lal Kandari. Okay, it is a very famous. Okay, that ox series something. So it is very famous. So same thing, people are hybridizing it for milk. What they are doing, they are hybridizing it. They are producing more milk. Nowadays, 20 to 25 liter at a time. Some of the buffaloes use milk. Actually, they are hybridized. Their purpose or their main motto to breed and to earn more milk, more money. So same happening here. If they want more money, they need to produce more wool. That's why they are hybridizing it. Okay. So what type of things they need to provide? First of all, they need to provide proper food and shelter. Okay. If they get proper food, shelter, and condition, they will grow and they will give a lot of money to them. The same happens in the poultry farm also. Poultry farms naturally, okay, whatever the process is going on, they do it artificially. Okay, they give them food to make them healthy. If they will become healthy, more meat will be there. More meat, more weight, more money. That is the situation there. Simple equation. If they are providing more amount of meat, they are getting more amount of meat. So now the rearing and breeding of sheep is also become commercial. People wanted to more money, so they are starting the different types of breeding of animals and they are producing more wool and becoming financially strong. Okay, so now our third point is that processing fibers into wool. Yes, now we have learned that what type of animals we are getting, we have for this. Okay, what type of breeding of sheep we are taking. Correct. Now just see how does that fibers turns into wool. Okay, how does that fibers turns into wool? What are the processes? Actually, there are the 6 steps. First one is shearing, second is scoring, third one sorting, separating, floppy bursts, dyeing, and stretching. So one by one we are going through this all 4 points. So let's begin with shearing. Okay, see, whenever we start the process, okay, what we need to do? Okay, see, rearing of sheep, they go through the mountains. Okay, they will not get the food at one place. Just I told you, rearing and breeding. Okay, they need proper food and shelter. So the people take their herds or the sheep into the mountains. They roam everywhere. Okay, at that time when they are roaming, the dust, mud, unwanted, all the substance also present in their hairs. Okay. When the people done this process, the removing of hair, okay, all that dirt also present in that hair. So they removes the hair. So, okay, before that removing of hair, okay, shearing means what? Removing of hair. So removing of hair means what? When after that 18th century, previously there were handmade tools. Okay, those handmade tools were used to shearing. Okay, but after 18th century there were machines. Now during the trimmer, the people uses, if your father or brother somewhere at home, they use trimmer. What is the purpose of that trimmer? They remove the hair from our face. Okay, to trim our beard, we use trimmer. So previously there were no tools like that, so people used to do the things with their hands. But now everything is changed. Okay, so now what happened? Now there were different machines. This shearing, the process of shearing means removing of hair is done by the hands. Okay, people are using the different types of machines. Okay, they were using the machine. Previously, handmade tools were there. With those handmade tools, they would do this process. But now, as the time changes, this is the, you can say, a change in the technology. Now they have machines. Previously, it takes 1 to 2 hours to remove, to shave to one sheep. Now, within a 10 to 15 minutes, they are removing this process fast, very fast, and with we can say swiftly. Okay, this is the process they were doing. Shearing means what? Removing of hair. First of all, whatever we need to start that, we need to remove the hairs. Okay, so first thing, this one is that removing of hairs. Second one is that scoring. Now, scoring means what? See, I told you, when the sheep roam through the mountains, plains, everywhere, at that time so many things were stick to their body. Just like if we go in mountains, we find out that the thorns and all those muddy legs, hands, the mud will be stick to our body. So many things were there, unwanted, that will need not stick to our body. So same thing when they roam in the mountains, the so many unwanted things are stick to their hairs. Okay, when we do the process of shearing, okay, all those things are present in the hairs comes in that wool. First of all, whatever things we need to prepare, what do we do? Wash. So this process after shearing, people wash thoroughly to the wools. Whatever the wool they have, the fibers they have, they wash it thoroughly. Okay. So nowadays there are machineries. I said that each and every step, that 6 steps were done through the handmade tools previously, but nowadays for all this process there are machines. Here they will have different tools to remove the hairs. Now they have trimmers. Here scoring. Firstly, in ancient time, what happened? There was a big, we can say, bowl, like kadai type. It was there. Whatever the wool they have, they mixed into that kadai and use a lot of water to wash it. Okay. They use a lot of water to wash it. Whatever the dirt, mud will be there enter inside, and afterwards, with the hand picking, they remove the sticks, throws. Okay. So here, first of all, they wash with water, dry and remove it with the hand. But nowadays, this whole process is also done by the machine. Okay. So it is also a quick process nowadays. Previously, it will take time. We need to wash with water, again dry them, then we need to pick up the unwanted things with our hands. Okay, this process is done previously and it will take a lot of time. But now with the machines, within a few hours, that process will be done. Second is sorting. Sorting means what? Differentiate whatever things we want. Okay, we need to see. Suppose whenever our father comes from the market, what our mother does, she sort out all the things and keep it separately for different uses. The same thing, there are different shapes and sizes are there of the shape of the wool. So what they do, they remove or they sort out the different shapes and sizes. Okay. For the different purposes, they use it differently because it is not possible to use all shapes and sizes at once. So they sort out the material according to the shapes and sizes. Okay. So third is separating fluffy burrs. Fluffy burrs, it is very easy to find out. If you are using the cotton clothes or sweaters, we find out that the small soft bulbs will be grown on our shirts of the cotton or something. So that time we can see that those soft things are fluffy burrs. Okay. And those fluffy burrs are separates from the wool. They use it separately. Okay. So the fourth process is that separating of fluffy burrs. Now next one is that dyeing. Dyeing means what? Coloring. Okay. Dyeing means what? Coloring. Coloring means, see, nowadays, as I told you, we prefer the clothes according to fashion, not according to comfort. So everybody want colorful clothes. Okay. As we get colorful clothes, we need to dye it. Okay, we need to mix it into the various different colors and textures. Okay, so this process occurs there. Okay, after dyeing, after all this process, they give the colors to the wool or fibers. Different colors and finally straightening of fibers. After coloring, if they found some of them were curly or not in a proper shape, they straight the all fibers of the wool. After straightening, they make it wool from that, and from that wool we use the different types of fabric. So these are the 5 processes which is the turn fibers into wool. Okay, so from these 3 points, first one is animal that yield wool, sheep, kangaroo, and all that. Rearing and breeding, how do we rear and breed the sheep? And finally we have learned that shearing, scoring, sorting, separating, dyeing and staining. So these 5 processes. Okay. So I hope you have understood this, all these 3 points. Okay. If you have any doubt and any we can say problem, let's solve it afterwards. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.